Welcome to Game 2. Welcome to Game 2 of the Deloitte NSL 2026. This is the final weekend of the round games. So for Game 2 today, we have Sneakers taking on Swift. As you can see on court now, the starting 7 for each team. So for Sneakers, in goal shooter with Amandeep, goal attack Kaiwei, wing attack Anna, center the international player for their team, Milia. Wing defense, we have a 21 and under player. I believe her name is Regina Lam. Regine Lam. Goal defense, we have Fahana, and finally goalkeeper Usma. For Swiss, we have starting lineup, goal shooter and Margaret, goal attack Sarah Lightfoot, wing attack Janice, center a 21 under player as well, Ella Wong, wing defense Akila Andin, goal defense Faith Mara, and finally goalkeeper Sindhu. So when both teams came up against each other in round 1, Sneakers had the upper hand. They came up with the win, 65 to Sneakers and 45 to Swift. So if you were watching the previous game, it was a matchup between Blaze and Mannas. Blaze took the win with an outstanding lead. And now we have Sneakers and Swift going to battle it out to try and secure their top 4 position before we enter the semi-final weekend the following week. Oh, lovely intercept there by Sindhu. Unfortunately, just passed it off to the wrong teammate. And there we have it. Another tremendous defensive pressure by Sindhu just to create that mispass between Kaiwei and Amandeep. Great drive there by Sarah Lightfoot, just opening up on the non-ball side. So it's interesting that Swift opted to go for Sarah Lightfoot in goal attack and Margaret in goal shooter. Usually we see that same shooting competition but the other way around. Lovely strong drive there by M. Margaret to drive out the circle just to take on Usma. As you can see on court, Sneakers is not with their same usual defensive lineup. We have Rina, who sustained an ankle injury, so she's currently not named for the game. And hence we see this new look defensive circle of Fahana in goal defense and Usma in goalkeeper. Lovely tip there by Usma. She just saw that flat ball coming in from Janice to Sarah Lightfoot. Nice pass there by Janice. Better placement this time. Sarah Lightfoot with that nice agility just bring Usma to the front and then rolling to the back for that pass. Swift with a tremendous and outstanding start to the game. And there we have it, another nice defensive pressure there by Swift. Just forcing the international player of Sneakers to go offside. Great defensive pressure there by Sneakers, just really taking on the front of the Swiss attackers, just shutting down the middle as well as any ball side option. Kaiwei receiving in the 2-point zone. And there we have it, Amandit scoring the first goal of the game for Sneakers. So Kaiwei and Amandit both being national shooters. So their ability to shoot from any range in the circle is advantageous to them, especially in the 2-point zone. There we see Anna with a really great intercept. Always nice to see an attacker going up for a clean intercept like that. She's also been really defensive throughout this season. So sometimes she comes out with more intercepts herself in general as compared to her defensive unit. Good try there by Faith Maria, just running through the baseline to tip that ball. Unfortunately, a obstruction call against Sindhu, giving Sneakers another chance at goal. Amandip with the miss, but Anna still comes out with that loose ball. Great shooter pass from Kaiwei to Amandip just to get closer to post. Just like that, Sneakers just overtook the lead. 3 goals to Sneakers and 2 to Swifts. Just a bit of a miscommunication there. Regine just passing it into Anna, despite Akila, the wing defense of Swift, just being right in front of her. A lovely pass through from M. Margaret to Sarah Lightfoot in the baseline. There we see another miscommunication there. Milia just so quick wanting to pass that center pass. Fortunately, Anna just wasn't in that right spot to receive it. Great pass there by Akila to Janice, and a lovely pass right into Sarah Lightfoot, who is driving straight to the post. Lovely play there by Swift. 3 passes in and 2 goal. Once again, Sarah Lightfoot just so agile, just taking her feet, bringing her defender to one side of the court and coming through the opposite side. Unfortunately, just not able to follow through with her shot. A little bit of a fumble there by Sneakers. And Margaret thought she managed to secure that pass to her teammate, but unfortunately, umpire Sylvia just saw that she went offside. Sneakers with possession. A miss there by Amandip. Kaiwei with the throw in, so smart. Just saw both the Swift defenders just backing off onto Amandip, or trying to cover the outside of the circle. Kaiwei just using the post to get herself onto court and shooting it. Nice, great hands over there by Faith Maria. Once again, great defensive pressure there as a unit by Swifts, causing another turnover for Sneakers. So you can see from the first quarter, Swifts has not opted to use their international player yet. I believe last weekend she was not able to play because she sustained an injury. It was an ankle injury, so I'm not sure if she's cleared to play, but she's definitely named and she's sitting on a bench. So we might see her get injected into the game later on. Great baseline drive there by Sarah Lightfoot. So the connection between Janice and Sarah Lightfoot has been really nice to watch. Once again, no one just coming through, all the Swift attackers behind the Sneakers defenders. Lovely play there by Sindhu. She cited that roll that Amandit did just to get off the body. Managed to take her feet and go up for that challenge. Great timing this time by Amandip. Just bringing Sindhu up high the circle. And then holding her space before going to the back space to get the ball near the post. Sarah Lightfoot once again fumbling, just not too confident with her shot today. She has missed a couple. And it's in such a tightly contested game, your shots are going to matter. So hopefully she steadies herself down, get her confidence up, and sinks in those shots. Obstruction call against Ella, the center of Swifts outside the circle. Nice top baseline play there by Kaiwei Amandip. Unfortunately, a stepping call against Amandip. So Swifts once again with the turnover. Another footwork call, this time against Janice, as she received the ball outside the circle. Oh, lovely intercept there by Akila. She just ran along the circle edge, very smart of her to not give an inch for Anna to just cut in. So that's what it is when it comes from an experienced player like her, a veteran defender of the national team for a number of years. And also special mention to Akila, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday. She officially turns 30. Welcome to the 30 club. We see a substitution for Swifts. Actually, just a change in the position between Sarah Lightfoot and Anne Margaret. There we see Amandip attempting the first super shot of the game. She gets another chance. There we have it. 2 points to Sneakers. So as mentioned earlier in the previous game, in this edition of the Netball Super League, at the end of 5 minutes of each quarter, the super shot is being introduced in the game. So you can see the semicircle is divided into 2 regions. So the outer part of the region is where the 2-point zone is. Any shot taken in that zone in the last 5 minutes of each quarter is 2 points. We see a number of stepping calls in this game already. At least 3 to 4 calls. Faith Maria coming up with a nice intercept. Unfortunately, a stepping call. And she tried to run on with the ball and make that pass. Kaiwei this time receiving the 2-point zone. Can she sink this in? And she does. So the 2-point shot being introduced can really make or break a team. It can either extend your lead or really help a losing team catch up very easily in that last 5 minutes. Once again, Amandip this time. Unfortunately not able to sink it in. Kaiwei, good attempt to try and chase that rebound. But the ball went out of court. Swift with the transition. What I really love about the Sneakers attackers is if they miss a shot and make a mistake, they're straight onto defense immediately, putting on that pressure from the start. This time, Kaiwei is taking another 2-point. And just like that, with the 2-point shot, Sneakers have extended that lead. Great challenge there by Regine, the wing defense. Kaiwei with that quick play down the court. Another confident shot in. This time Amandip receiving the ball so comfortably in the 2-point zone. Sindhu not coming around, taking on and letting her go for the ones instead. So this is also crucial, not just for the shooters but for the defenders. It's about strategizing about how you want to just get the shooters off in the 2-point zone and letting them take the ones. So it's how you're going to take on the front of the shooters and force them nearer to the post. Great coming around by Faye with that tip. Lovely pass there by Akila, straight to Sarah Lightfoot in the attacking third. Sarah Lightfoot just offloading the pass to Anne Margaret, who attempts in that 2-point zone. Unfortunately, Usma with the obstruction call giving her another chance. And there we have it. First super shot for Swifts. Highway, she's on fire today. 3 super shots for her. Great pass there by Ella. Directly to Sarah Lightfoot in the super shot zone. Unfortunately, ball doesn't fall in, but she collects a rebound, passes it off to Anne Margaret, who secures another super shot for Swifts. So I just realized both of these teams are pretty evenly matched. They both play that short, fast pace of netball, and both their shooters in both ends are mobile running shooters and can score in any area of the semicircle. Just as I was saying, just as I was talking about that, Amandit secures another super shot for Sneakers, and there we have it. Just like that, because of the super shot sinking in for Sneakers a lot more than Swifts. Sneakers has extended that lead. 20 goes to Sneakers and 10 to Swift. Stay tuned for another 3 quarters. Welcome back to the second quarter of the game between Sneakers and Swift. So at the end of quarter one, Sneakers with a nice lead of 20 goals and Swift with 10 goals. So we see a couple of changes. Angelina coming on as center for Sneakers. As for Swifts, they've opted to go for Chloe Lowe to go shooter, Sarah Lightfoot to go attack. So and Margaret just going back to the bench. We also see a change in the wing defense position. Claudia coming on and Akila to the bench for a rest. So a little bit of a fumble there by Janice on the center pass. Unfortunately, just playing too near the sideline. And a little bit of a wayward pass there by Regine to Angelina. So Sneakers with the Swift with the turnover. Once again, Faith Maria just holding onto the ball, not balanced, hanging onto one leg. She couldn't execute the pass to her teammate properly. Regine with that intercept. Lovely pass there by Angelina, just citing both defenders, covering Amandeep on the baseline, opening up Kaiwei at the top of the circle. And there we have it, Amandeep just so smart, just taking on the front position of Sindhu. Sindhu just getting caught on the back. So with just that hole and pop, that quick transition into Sneakers with a goal. Good try there by Farhana. She saw that pass being delivered to the mid-court player of Swiss at the circle edge. Chloe just catching the ball on her tippy toes along the baseline. Managed to pull it in. Unfortunately, just offloads that pass to Janice. Fortunate for a contact call by Regine. And there we have it. Sarah Lightfoot catching the ball along the baseline with a go in for Swifts. Nice intercept there by Sindhu. Much better positioning by her, staying on the front of Amandeep. Nice pass there from Faith Maria to Sarah Lightfoot, just opening up the play. Fortunately, both the mid-court players getting stuck too wide. Swift having to pass back a couple of times. This time Claudia with a footwork call. Oh, lovely take there by Amandeep. Kaiwei just too ambitious with that pass, wanting to pass off almost immediately, but Amandeep was just running through the baseline at that point in time. So little mistakes like that can be reduced. This time Swiss a bit more composed, better with their timing on their drives. Sarah Lightfoot with a miss on the shot, manages to collect the rebound. Once again, just not enough lifting her shots. Usma this time with a clean rebound. Sneakers with a quick, fast transition play. Nice coming around by Sindhu. So much better with her defensive positioning, just taking on the front of Amandeep. Angelina just not able to pass it into her shooters. The Swiss defenders just coming around the body of the Sneakers shooters so well. Nice play there by Swifts. So there's always that one shooter running towards the ball and one providing a simultaneous option along the baseline towards the back. We see a number of substitutions for Swifts. Faith Maria just coming off court, taking a breather. Sindhu moving from goalkeeper to goal defense. Akila back from a rest onto the court as goalkeeper. There we have it. Just coming on court like that, we see the immediate presence of Akila. Lovely pass off there by Chloe. Both the Sneakers defenders heads down, just not sighting the ball. Couple of passes around the attacking third of Swifts, causing them a fumble. Sneakers with a turnover. Lovely double play between Angelina and Kaiwei. Great shooter pass. Kaiwei receiving it at prime position with the easy shot in. There we have it. This is the classic Sneakers play that we see. What I really like about Kaiwei and Anna working together as wing attack, goal attack is they're just very aware about what each other are doing. If Kaiwei is definitely going for first phase, we see Anna just getting ready for that second phase, vice versa. There we see Anna taking on the center pass. Kaiwei just getting ready to get herself into the circle immediately. Fortunately, it would have been lovely if that shot fell through. Swiss with the turnover. Oh, lovely sighting there by Akila. Just saw Sarah Lightfoot alone in the corner in the center third, just to pass over the mess in the middle. We see another change this time, just a swap of the beeps between Akila and Sindhu. Sindhu back in her usual comfortable position, a goalkeeper, and Akila out to go defense. Also with that tactical change, Akila is able to just provide more support on attack for Swifts down the court. And I think in that past 5 minutes or so, Kaiwei has been pretty dominant in terms of her drives and how she handles the ball. So we just needed a little bit more pressure on her. Good try there by Ella, the center. Great coming around by Akila. Just coming off Kaiwei from the back, attacking the ball. Nice, lovely shot in by Amandeep. Pretty even second quarter so far. Just when I said it, unfortunately, Swift had a little bit of fumble there. Lovely coming around by Usma, just stopping that pass through the middle, and then Farhana with that pickup. Once again, we see Angelina zooming down court. And once again, Amandeep so composed as usual when she takes those shots. Superb placement of that pass from Angelina to Amandeep along the baseline. Sindhu was just one step away from that ball. Usma just coming out for a hand, unfortunately. Couldn't get there in time. Another change for Swiss. We have Ella coming off the bench. Sorry, coming off the court to the bench. And we have Hui Ping coming on the center. So that's not a position she usually plays in. She plays more of a go attack, win attack, but it'll be interesting to see her provide that speed and agility as a center just to connect the defense to the attacking side. Good try there by Farhana, going up in the air for that contest. Oh, this time an offensive contact against Chloe. A little bit of a fall there from Usma. She looks fine. She got back up quite fast. Lovely pass there by Anna. Just faking Sindhu to go one way and passing it off to Kaiwei. There we go. The siren of the super shot has sounded. This last 5 minutes is going to be critical. Lovely hands over there by Usma. Unfortunately, Angelina just couldn't collect that ball steadily. She went offside. This time, a little bit of a rush of blood to Janice. Just passing the ball a bit too far for Chloe to could get that. There we see Amandit just receiving the ball at the circle edge. And wow, what a clean super shot. That wasn't even close to the inner part of the 2-point zone. That was too much of a pass from Anna, a bit too ambitious. Wanting to bring Kaiwei in nearer to his post, but just not enough space for her to get that ball. Oh! Just 3 people rushing for that ball. Janice obviously went for it first. Contact there by Anna, the sneaker swing attack. Just collided into her as she got the ball. This time Angelina going for the ball. But Regine got put for contact instead. Nice, coming around by Farhana. Just teeing her shooter. Coming around the body to get that clean intercept. And this time on the other side, Claudia was running down her attacker to tip that ball out. Amandit just caught that ball directly on the line. Umpire made it clear that it didn't go out of court as the Swift bench was trying to appeal for it. Another mistake there by Swift. Okay, a breaking call against Janice. Wow, nice. Coming around the wing defense. Anna just took her feet, managed to stay onside and didn't fall into the circle. It's also her commitment of her drive to just follow through, knowing that Kaiwei wanted to pass it off to her. There we go, another super shot for Amandeep. Has shown in the first quarter, it's this last 5 minutes that always gives sneakers the advantage and gets them to pull that score apart. Because other than that, you always see them pretty even in the first 10 minutes. And there we have it, Regine with a nice steal. Super fast down court transition between Angelina and Kaiwei. And Amandeep with another super shot. Sneakers is really taking advantage of this last 5 minutes, just extending that lead. Amandeep once again, unfortunately doesn't fall through, but she collects a rebound. There we have it. I think that's like her 4th super shot for this quarter. Hui Ping, the center of Swift, just very hesitant in wanting to give that ball. Farhana, who just committed on her defense. Wow! Amandit really right from the edge of the circle. Superb, super shot there. That felt like he needed 4 points and not 2 points. There we go, another one. That's like 6 for this quarter alone. She's really on fire. 26 goals for Sneakers in this quarter. There we see another missed pass there for Swifts on the center pass. Just 4 seconds left. Is Angelina able to deliver the ball inside? Is there enough time? Unfortunately, just not enough time. There we have it, an outstanding quarter with that last 5 minutes of Sneakers. Last 5 minutes of the quarter really going into Sneakers' favor. I think there was a total of at least 6 to 8 super shots with Amandit putting in 6 of them. So as you look at the quarter breakdown, it's 26 to Sneakers and just 7 to Swifts. I think the Sneakers defense also took it up another notch and really pressured the attacking side of Swifts. So stay tuned, we still have another half to go. Welcome back to the third quarter of the game between Sneakers and Swifts. So the current scoreline is 46 goals to Sneakers and 17 to Swifts. So at the end of each quarter, in that last 5 minutes, Sneakers really took advantage of it and really extended the lead with their super shots. So we see the injection of the international player for Swift. We have Tandazele coming on as goal shooter. So she's not been playing the past few games because she sustained an ankle injury earlier in round 2, or in fact the first game of round 2. So it's good to have her back on court now. Hopefully she can provide that flair and level and make it a little bit more competitive and help Swiss on their attack. There we see that nice pop into the free side of Tandazele, and an easy shot in for her. So with her stature and height at 187 cm, Usma is definitely going to have a more difficult task. Oh, there we have it. Sindhu just going for that tip, unfortunately, when the ball was already falling out of court. Highway just popping out along the baseline at the edge of the circle, and wow, she put that shot in so confidently. It's not even the super short time and they're already attempting in that zone. So for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, the previous time both of these teams matched up in round 1, Sneakers took a 20-goal win, 65 goals to Sneakers and 45 to Swifts. This time with the injection of the foreign players, we see Sneakers really taking their game to another intensity level. It's at this point of time, with so early on in the third quarter, Sneakers is already dominating the game with 48 goals and only 19 to Swifts. I would love to see how Swiss really takes advantage of their foreign player now on court to see if they can just try and level things up, or at least stay competitive in this game. We see a nice turnover there with Sindhu with the intercept. And a lovely, nice patient play down clock with M. Margaret securing another goal for Swift. We see now Hui Ping moving from center to wing attack. So she ended off the game in quarter 2 at center, which was a rather unfamiliar position for her. And now back in wing attack, I think she's more comfortable in that position, just doing her drives, using her speed. Oh, and just so smart. Just saw Kyrie just dashing through the circle, and she delivered that pass. Great play there by Swift. Just making full use of Tandazele in that circle with an edge over Usma with her height and great holes. Once again, those bounce passes not working too well this time. We have Akila and Sindhu just watching out for it and going for it. There we see another bounce pass being turnover. I'm quite liking this combination of Akila and goal defense, Sindhu goalkeeper, and Faith Maria wing defense. Oh, diving of the ball being called against Usma. Yeah, so in netball, there's this rule where you can't dive for the ball. You have to pick it up cleanly with 2 hands without your whole body going towards the ground. So you have to stay upright, just pick it up. Oh, lovely screen there by Kaiwei. Just blocking off Akila, who was in the circle with her. Amadip driving out to pull Sindhu away and drive it back in. Once again, the Sneakers attackers just knowing where each other are. That chemistry can be seen and displayed on court. Swiss really doing well in this third quarter, leading by 2 goals. Just looking at the breakdown, 6-4. Once again, Amandit with that roll. Just her timing on the roll has been perfect. So just nice when the mid-court hits circle edge. So she really brings Sindhu up towards the top and then she rolls back into the backspace. Once again, 3 passes just like that. And Amandit secures another goal for Sneakers, or just playing on one side of the court. So Swift's defenders really need to think about how they want to switch up their defense, just pushing the Sneakers attackers into uncomfortable positions on court, away from the ball. There we have it, lovely hold there by Tandazeli. So they've been delivering that pass into the backspace because of how she's been holding so strongly. Good try there by Faith Maria. Unfortunately, just a little bit late with that contest to the ball. Nice offload there by Amandit. Not something she does usually. Usually she just attempts the shot, but decided that Kaiwei was like in a better option. Sorry, in a better position to put up that shot. Can hear the Swifts head coach Angeline Singh just shouting out to her players to do some give and go just to get across into the attacking third. But Tandazeli saves the day, being that strong big target at the back. The easy pop in just allows her to get it at an easy position for that shot in. Oh wow, a pinpoint pass there by Kaiwei to Amandit. Just over Sindhu. There we hear again Angeline Singh just shouting out give and go for her players. Lovely pass there by Hui Ping. Both the Swiss defenders just covering the front of Amandit, leaving Kaiwei all alone at the back. Milia just sighting. Like Kaiwei was just calling out for the ball. A lovely defense there by Regine Lam, just rushing with her wing attack. And just contesting for the ball, causing that turnover for Sneakers. So I see a couple of times Anna has tried to tap the ball to just get herself in a better position and catching it at the circle edge. So quite smart of her just to gain that distance. Because if she had chosen to catch that ball where it was delivered, she would have been off the circle edge. So doing that puts her in that prime spot for feeding. So with that turnover on the centre pass for Swift, Sneakers has taken the lead in this third quarter. It's still quite a tight and evenly matched quarter. 10 goals to Swift and 11 to Sneakers, but another fumble there by Swift, giving Sneakers another chance to just extend this lead by a little bit more. Overall score 57 goals to Sneakers and 27 to Swift. Great hands over pressure there. Lovely tip there by Usman. She ran down to pick up that loose ball. Milia, the international player. Oh! Just as I was going to compliment Milia for chasing on that loose ball, Sindhu flies out of the circle for that beautiful intercept. There we have it with that shot in. It's even Stevens in this third quarter. 11 goals for both sides. We see a substitution change. Akila coming off the court. And Claudia replacing her in goal defense for Swifts. Once again, Kaiwei just using her body, shielding Claudia from trying to go for that ball that was being delivered to Amandip. Once again, another screen being put up. Hui Ping just wanting to pass that ball into Anne Margaret, who is going into the non-ball side. Farhana with that tip. Tanzili just holding much higher now because she wants to attempt for that 2-point shot. Not sure if you could hear the siren, but it's the final 5 minutes of this third quarter. It's the 2-point zone. Sorry, it's the 2-point super short time. Lovely drive there by Anna. Great contest there by Claudia. Just citing that the ball is going to deliver into Amandip, who was going away from the ball. Lovely shooter pass between Tanazeli and Anne Margaret, and a super shot for Swifts. So with that super shot being sung in, Swifts has taken over the lead in this third quarter. There we see a mistake there by Anna, breaking on the center pass, giving Swifts another chance. Lovely take there by Anne Margaret. Just manages to keep the ball in. Passes it off to a Tandazili before she goes out of court. Another goal for Swifts. Nice coming through there by Hui Ping. And a great pass into Tandazili. Still not in that zone perfectly to try and attempt that shot. Passes it around. This time Anne Margaret attempting it. And there we have it. Once again, Anne Margaret just holding that super shot. Holding the fort for Swiss, being that prime super shot shooter for the team. Contact call against Claudia in the 2-point zone. Is Amandip going to attempt this? Yes, she does. Unfortunately, doesn't fall through. But a contact call against Claudia gives her another chance, and she sinks it in this time. Great strong drive there by Ella, just pulling that contact against Milia, the international player for Sneakers. There we have it, Tandazeli now in the 2-point zone. Decides to put it down, knowing that Anne Margaret is that stronger 2-point shooter for them. And there we have it. It's a third super shot for this quarter. Great cover there by Sindhu along the baseline to just shut Amandip down. So they're just getting a little bit too physical, using her arms just to get around Kaiwei, being caught for contact. Amandip in the super shot zone, and she puts it in. I would have to say Sneakers and Swifts are really the two teams in this season that are really making full use of this super shot addition. Also because all the shooters in their team have the ability to shoot from distance, so it really works in their favor. great drive there by Milia to hit the top of the circle. Late contact there. Late contest there by Faith Maria. Being pulled up for contact. Kaiwei sinking it from almost the edge of the circle. What a brilliant shot by her. We're counting down to the final 45 seconds of this third quarter. There we see that give and go between Hui Ping and Faith Maria. And Margaret just getting it in the 2-point zone once again. Unfortunately, ball just doesn't fall through. Tendazili with that rebound and an easy 1 point in. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Can Sneakers put in one more goal of the game? Amandit once again receiving the 2-point zone. Ball doesn't fall through, but Kaiwei collects a rebound and sinks it that 1 point. So Swiss with that last center pass. Not sure if a help ball is being called at that point, but I think lucky the umpire just blew time just as the 3 seconds was almost up. So the next center pass will still go to Swiss in the last term. Okay, stay tuned. We still have one final quarter to go. Swiss much better in this third quarter. In fact, they won that third quarter with a 2-goal margin. 21 goals to Swift and 19 to Sneakers. So stay tuned for the final quarter. Welcome back to the final quarter of game number 2 for today between Sneakers and Swiss. So we see a couple of changes. For Sneakers, we have Rebecca Leong coming on as goal attack, Kaiwei to the bench for a breather, Angelina Lim coming on as wing attack, Michelle Kwek coming on as goal defense, and Jeffany Tan in wing defense. So there's quite a number of changes for Sneakers. In fact, the only 2 players remaining on court are the 2 ends, with Amandip in goal shooter and Usma in goalkeeper. As for Swiss, we see a change in the center position. Cheyenne Lim coming on as center. Janice, who had a break in the third term, coming back on as wing attack. And we have Tandazeli just only playing 1 quarter for Swiss due to her ankle injury, so she's probably on limited quarters. So we have the usual look of Anne Margaret in goal attack and Sarah Lightfoot in goal shooter for Swiss. Lovely shot there by Anne Margaret. Sorry, I forgot to mention that Sindhu is also come off the court. So we have Akila in goalkeeper, Faith Mara in goal defense, and Claudia in wing defense. Once again, lovely play there by Swiss, just capitalizing on this new look, new look 7 for Sneakers, who are still trying to adapt to each other on court. Great contest there by Cheyenne Lim. Oh, lovely by Faith, just coming around the body of Angelina. Just to tip that ball. Swift with that transition down the court now. Lovely cover there by Michelle, the goal defense, and a nice pick up there by Milia to back her up. Missed shot there by Amandip, but she gathers her rebound and she sinks that shot in. Sarah Lightfoot just missing that shot. Sneakers on transition. Just a bit too ambitious, but Angelina just wanting to pass those hard passes to the circle, but not citing that the Swiss defenders are just running down the Sneaker shooters at the same time. Great tip there by Usma. Milia just standing along the sideline, just trying to collect that loose ball. This time Rebecca with that shot, and a beautiful shot in by her. Both teams just a little bit too excited and just rushing their passes quite a bit. So I think they really just need to settle down in this final quarter. A missed shot there by Amandit, but Rebecca just comfortably pulls that rebound in, and an easy shot in for her. Oh, lovely take there by Cheyenne. I think Sneakers just really doing very well as a unit. Mid-court and the defenders working so hard tirelessly just to wear down the Swiss attackers, just causing that help ball eventually. Great pass in by Angelina. Nice flip of the body there by Amandip. Just turning on the opposite side of the defender. She has missed quite a bit in this final quarter, but Rebecca has been collecting that rebounds and singing in those shots underneath the pole for her. Good try there by Shine. Unfortunately, she just went offside while trying to contest for the ball. Ball went out of court. Swiss with the turnover. A late contact call there against the wing defense, Jeffany, outside the circle. Shine just deliberating who to pass to because both Sarah Lightfoot and Margaret were caught wide inside the circle. A missed shot there with Usma collecting the rebound. Both the teams are playing really, really fast. Just wish for them to just steady down and not rush their passes a bit too much. Oh, we see Sarah Lightfoot just putting her arms in the air, just trying to call out for her play to just send that ball in because Usman tried to go outside of the circle for a hunt. And Margaret with that nice long range shot in. Okay, we see a couple of substitution. Rebecca Leong to goal shooter, Isabel coming on as goal attack, Amandip to the bench. At the same time, we see Swiss also making some changes. Chloe Low in as goal shooter. Sarah Lightfoot to the bench. And also that positional swap between Claudia from wing defense to goal defense and Faith Maria to wing defense from goal defense. Oh, we see a mishandling of the ball there by Cheyenne, just a slip of a hand. Chloe doing really well, just taking on the front of the defender and the easy shot in for Swiss. Nice covering on the second phase there by the Swiss defenders, just the center and wing defense backing down just to cover that hard run by Angelina down the pocket. Oh, lovely pass between Faith Maria and Janice, just citing that she was completely free in the center third. And a lovely shot in by Anne Margaret. That pass to Anne Margaret just wasn't that right option. I think Usma just saw that she was just hanging outside the circle for the longest time. Unfortunately, misses the nearest shot. Michelle with the rebound for Sneakers. Oh, she gets it back for her team with that nice hands over. Unfortunately, just couldn't get that ball in. Usma with that loose ball. Unfortunately, just the options for Sneakers on attack all shut down. Swiss doing really well just to come off the ball carrier and just shut down the rest of the attackers. Lovely play there by Chloe. Not sure why she didn't want to go to post, decided to offload Anne Margaret, but that ball just wasn't placed properly. And Margaret this time sinks it in for Swiss. Okay, the siren for the 2-point shot has been sounded. Lovely baseline drive by Isabel and a nice shot in. Just a bit too much on that pass. Janice also not just committing to that run. Unfortunately, a footwork call against Angelina outside the circle. I think she was just trying to run on with the ball and trying to make that quick pass in. All the Swift attackers are outside the circle, not a single shooter inside. And we see another footwork call. Sneakers just trying to play the ball down so speedily and fast. It's not working in their favor at the moment. I think sometimes you just really need to stay grounded, cite your options and then pass. Chloe Low with that missed shot, but not wanting to go for that second attempt. And Margaret sings in another shot for Swifts. Once again, another even final quarter. 8 per piece. Rebecca in that 2-point shot zone. Unfortunately, doesn't secure that shot. Akila. Great defensive effort there just to get the ball back. Unfortunately, Isabel just went offside trying to gather that ball. Swift just playing the ball around quite a bit in the center third. Just waiting for someone to come through in the middle. Their patience play has paid off. Janice gets the ball at the circle edge. Oh, a contact call against Usman inside the circle. And Margaret now attempting from 2 points. And she secures that shot. With that shot going in, Swift takes the lead in this final quarter, 10-8. Oh, wow. Isabel, the goal attack, getting a clean intercept on the center pass. There we go, Isabel offloading to Rebecca in the 2-point zone, but not wanting to shoot. Passes it out. Once again, passing it off to Rebecca, and this time she sinks it in from the other side of the circle in the 2-point zone. And once again, both teams are equalized in this final 4th quarter. I see that Claudia, the goal defense of Swiss, has gone down with an ankle injury. I can see her clutching her ankle. I think she landed on the foot of Isabel. She tried to go for that loose ball. So the physio on standby today has gone onto court to try and assist Claudia off the court. So So with that injury against Claudia, we see Sindhu coming on to replace her in goal defense. Isabel not able to sink that shot in. Swift with the throw in. And Margaret just having to go back. We see Milia just having a tumble. Goal defense. Michelle of Sneakers being caught for contact in the circle. And Margaret attempting from 1 point. Oh no, she chooses to pass it out. Hoping to get in the 2 points. And we have Chloe this time in the 2-point zone. That she's thinking, oh, she doesn't. Usma with that rebound. 8 seconds on the clock. Can Sneakers score this final goal of the game? There we have it, Rebecca. Unfortunately, just not enough time. The final whistle goes. And that's the end of the game. Sneakers with a commanding lead and a commanding win. 75 goes to Sneakers, 48 to Swifts. It was even Stevens in that final quarter, 10 for both sides. Overall, a really good play, a nice display of netball from both teams. But of course, that 2-point shot in every quarter really worked in Sneakers' favor and extended the lead bit by bit throughout the game. So stay tuned, we still have one final game for today. It's between Orcas and Llabten. That is going to be a crucial match because Llabten and Orcas are still vying for that top 4 spot. So whoever takes that win is going to secure that chances in that semi-finals.